Welcome to Homestead Reptile. In today's episode on morph history, we're going over the tangerine, a morph named after a fruit. So this morph is a very interesting morph. So this is a little tangerine tiger. She is a strawberry tiger. It's a really beautiful little girl, but she's not even fully fired up here. She's like a very bright, intense, deep, orangey, tangerine color. Very beautiful animal. So tangerine has been worked on since the early 2000s. It most likely came out of the wild population of geckos. This morph originated from Rapace stock. So Rapace is basically he doesn't breed now, I don't believe, the king of crested geckos. He was one of the original keepers of crested geckos who imported them. So pretty much any of these older morphs pretty much came out of Rapace stock. That's a common denominator with a lot of the morphs I've gone over that are older morphs that have been around for a long time. Most of them come out of Rapace stuff. So the tangerine morph is a color enhancer. So it enhances tangerine colors, oranges. You can even get some pinker tangerine. So it enhances that coloration. Another person who came into the tangerine, I guess, market, who really founded tangerine, I would say the king of tangerines, is AC Reptile Caponetto. So he recognized tangerines in 2005 and 2006, and he's been working on them since. So if you go to his website, I'll post some photos. He has his early tangerines and his new tangerines, and whoa, they blow your mind. So tangerine, is it incomplete dominant? Is it selectively bred? It's kind of up in the air. So if you go to Foundation Genetics, tangerines are incomplete dominant. If you go to AC Reptile's website and his information on tangerines, he says it's a line bred trait very similar to leopard geckos. So it could be both. You can have a incomplete dominant trait and you can line breed it to look better and better and better and better over the years. Kind of like with lily whites. The first lily whites that came out were very impressive. Then people worked and line bred and tweaked and twiddled, and now we have really high white lily whites. It could be both. I'm not 100% sure. This is just my first season working with tangerines, and I have some tangerine babies to show you that look like a tiny copy of the father. Not like the mother, look like the father for whatever reason. So tangerines come in a couple of different shades. So you have pattern tangerines, which this guy is a pattern tangerine. So he's a pattern pinstripe empty back. So you can see that his back is pretty much emptied out, but you can see on his head that tangerine color, you can see the pins. So they're a lighter tangerine. So since he's a dark based tangerine, he has a light tangerine pinning. And you can see that light tangerine tail. If he was a yellow or light based animal, he would have more of a pinky hue to his tangeriness, to the pinning. So you can have pattern, you can have harlequins, you can have phantoms, and you can have tangerine with pinstripe, like this guy is a pinstripe tangerine. And like I said, they come in different hues. So you can have geckos that are more of a orange, deep tangerine color. You can have geckos that are white with a pinky tangerine. You can have geckos that are more yellow with a pinky hue. So yellows and whites normally get the pinky hue. Dark colors normally get that dark orange to lighter orange tangerine color. And like I said, you can have pinstripe, so you can have different hues of pinstripe. So when they say pink color, to me, this is a fired down example of him. To me, it's not really pink. It reminds me more, and this is that baby, of what is that fruit called? A grapefruit, a pink grapefruit in that pinning. It looks like a pink grapefruit. So not a true pink, but that pinkish orange color, which is still very pretty. And like I said, this is that baby, and that baby looks like a little copy of the father, and you can see that tangerine pinning and that tangerine. And this baby is super young. That was less than 24 hours old when I pulled him out. So this is the mother. You can see that tangerine color, and she's a tangerine harlequin. And I told you before, the first gecko you saw, the tangerine tiger, or strawberry tiger. So tangerine can affect tigerine, where it makes that tigerine look more reddy, blondie, and they call them strawberry blonde tigers. So that tangerine affects the striping and turns that striping to look more of that non-traditional black striping and more of a red tangerine brighter striping. It's really interesting. And there's not a ton of strawberry tigers out there. I mean, I've been looking and I finally found one, so I'm very happy with it. Um, like I said, I would consider Caponetto, Anthony Caponetto, to be the father of Tangerine. He has some great information of how he outcrossed, how he started the collection, and many, many generations of working with Tangerine. And Tangerines are a very healthy morph. Like I said, he has a huge collection, so he was able to outcross to many, many, many different geckos and many, many different morphs to have Tangerine. And that's the best way to do it because they're very healthy and they're perfectly fine. It's a color enhancing trait. It really infuses that body with that really deep tangerine. Tangerine is also great if you have orange geckos, so you have your Halloweens. If you add tangerine, will brighten up that orange, but it also will keep the orange from fading. Um, so the problem with Halloweens are when they hit that 3 year mark, 4 year mark, they're pretty much faded. So most Halloweens don't keep that orange color very long. It just fades into like a brown color, which really sucks because you start out with an amazing looking baby and then you just get this brown on brown gecko, which sucks. But if you add tangerine, it will brighten up that color and it will keep them from fading longer. Now, all geckos will eventually fade as they age. It's like with people. We're going to get gray hair. They're going to fade. Their colors are going to fade. It just happens. But adding tangerine will keep it from happening sooner. Um, like I said, it's an interesting trait. I will add some more information in here, posted in some clips on how AC Reptile's Tangerine Project started in 2006 till today. And like I said, he has some amazing stuff. Look at his information. It's really great information. And like I said, it's a little contradictory to Foundation Genetics. And this is a tangerine bell albino leopard gecko. Like I said, this is my example of a leopard gecko who's also a tangerine. And AC Reptile mentioned that it's very similar to tangerine and crested geckos are very similar to leopard geckos. And this is this lovely little lady. She's a little, tail's a little thin. She recently laid some eggs. So we're getting back into the fattening up. But she's a lovely little lady, cute as a button.